Hey guys, Judah here with NowThis World. Thanks for tuning in every Sunday to view our explainers and for always leaving meaningful feedback. Today, we're excited to announce that we're also about to start bringing you a brand new mini-series called the Russia Desk. You see, Russia is a huge, complex, and multifaceted nation that can't be distilled into one single headline or even one video. So tune in on Tuesdays as our correspondent Versha explores all things Russia. And here's a sneak peek of what you can expect.
Here are some things that you should know about Russia. It is not a communist country. It is not an evil country. It is a big country. There are people who support Vladimir Putin. There are people who oppose Vladimir Putin. Putin won! Putin won! Yes, they like bears. No, they don't all drink vodka.
Cheers.
Yes, it gets cold. Very cold. In 2018, the hammer and sickle, they no longer apply. And no, we're not at war with them. Directly. But most importantly, Russia, like many other countries on Earth, including the US, is a big, complex, multifaceted nation that cannot be distilled down to a single headline, a single meme, or a single politician, even if the dashcam footage is pretty compelling. So we're going to dive in. We're going to go to Russia, talk to people we run into on the street, get to know the local culture, try to make sense of this whole hacking business, talk to expats who know their history, sit down with activists,
self-censorship is really what they want,
and politicians.
Somebody tries to kill me twice in 2 years, that's disconcerting to say the least.
And try to best answer your questions about this massive country with a really strong geopolitical influence and a fascinating backstory. And yes, we will touch on Russia's influence in the US election and the tangled web of contacts with the Trump campaign. But we can't promise a P-tape.
No puppet, no puppet. And it's pretty clear.
You're the puppet.
Seriously though, Russia and its sphere of global influence was a huge factor, if not the single most important factor, in how America defined itself from 1945 to 1991. There's a reason the Cold War was such a big deal. Yes, it was a struggle between emerging nuclear powers, but it was a struggle for global political dominance. That history and tension clearly made a difference in 2016, though exactly how much we'll explain more in the course of the show.
We need to do something. If you just follow the Russian state media, you are really confused about what's going on in the United States right now.
There's a lot of misinformation out there, from the right.
The Destroy Trump media absolutely refuses to follow the facts when it comes to the baseless claims of President Trump colluding with the Russians.
And from the left.
I would like to see the evidence of Russian culpability here.
And to complicate matters, there's misinformation and propaganda about Russia coming from Russia. We have a lot to learn, because that, despite what you see on the covers of magazines and in pretty much every movie ever, that's not the actual Kremlin. That's a church, guys. This is the Kremlin. And yes, this is Putin.
Putin is a great actor. He understands that his image is everything.
Welcome to the Russia Desk, coming soon on NowThis.